Welcome, dear students. In previous lecture, we have seen about GSM services, necessity of security in GSM, security aspects in GSM, necessity of security in GSM, use for personal and private property of an user subscribers. Security producer in GSM are limited at protecting the network against unauthorized fraud user access and protecting the privacy of the mobile subscriber against dropping on their communications. The security producers also needs to prevent unauthorized parties from tracing the identity and the location of the subscriber as they roam within or outside the home network. Therefore, there is a necessity of security in GSM systems, maintaining the privacy against the dropping of communications for mobile e-business transactions, and also to protect the GSM network against the unauthorized access. Authentication and the security important for the GSM services. Authentication refers to the process by which the station confirms the identity of the mobile station, the identical sets of shared secret data. The temporary mobile station identity means the TMSI when mobile station moves to a new location area. Already we have discussed about the handoff or handover strategies for the user service point of view. Visitor location register VLR against the temporary mobile station identity which is slotted in the SIM of the mobile station. Therefore, the identification of the subscriber during communication is done by using temporary mobile station identity, but not the another communication purpose. This ensures the call number identity transmission over the radio channel. Caller line identification provision is a supplementary service. The VLR assign the temporary mobile station identity, generates the ID. This protects the mobile station against the dropping from external sources. The temporary mobile station identity is the identity granted on moving to a particular location. Thus, temporary mobile station identity allow for the allocation of temporary mobile station identity by servicing the VLR which are used on the air interface to maintain user confidentiality and to reduce overall signaling traffic load across the radio interface. So this is about the temporary mobile station identity. The important point of The call routing the call when the user receives the query message, it determines whether the call should be routed to another number or call diverts, or if it is to be routed directly to the mobile. If the owner of the phone has previously requested that all incoming calls be diverted to another number. Known as the call forward unconditional, then this number is stored in the home location register. If that is the case, then the call forward unconditional number is returned to the gateway MSC for immediate routing to that destination. If the mobile phone is not currently associated with a visitor location register because the phone has been turned off, then the home location register returns a number known as the call forward not reachable number to the gateway MSC, and the call is forwarded there. Many operators may set this value automatically to the phone voice mail numbers. So here the callers may leave a message. Mobile phone may associate sometimes with the default setting. So here some query may occur during the routing the calls. Finally, if the home location register known that the phone is roaming in a particular VLR area, then it will request a temporary number. From that VLR using the IMSI as the reference number purpose, then this number is relayed back to the gateway MSC and then used to route the call to the MSC where the call phone is roaming. Locating and ringing the phone is the next point after the routing the calls. Here, when the call arrives at the visited mobile station centers MSC, then the user is used to determine which of the phone in the area is being called. That is the here the map back to the IMSI of the original phone number dialed. The MSC pages all the mobile phone in the area that the IMSI is registered in order to inform the phone that there is an incoming call for it. If the subscriber answers, a speech path is created through the visiting MSC and gateway MSC back to the network of the person making the call, and a normal telephone call follow. It is also possible that the phone call is not answered. If the subscriber is used on another call and call waiting is not being used, the visited MSC routes the call to a predetermined call forward busy number. Similarly, if the subscriber does not answer the call after a period of time, typically up to 30 seconds, then the visited MSC routes the call to a predetermined call forward no reply number. Once again, the operator may decide to set this value by default to get the number for Once again, the operator may decide to set this value default to the voicemail of the mobile so that the caller can leave a message here. If the subscriber does not respond to the paging request, either due to being out of coverage or their battery has gone or flat removed, then the visited MSC routes the call to a predetermined call forward not reachable number. So this is the general when you dial particular user number or when it may switch off or battery down problem occurs in such a way that in that case the call not reachable response will be shown. Once again, the operator may decide to set this value by default to the voicemail of the mobile so that the callers can leave a message. A roaming may want to avoid these forwarding services in the visited network as roaming charges will be applied. Outgoing calls, here the voice calls of all outgoings. Once a mobile has successfully attached to a GSM network, as described with the factors, calls may be made from the phone to any other phone on the global public switch telephone network. The user dials the telephone number, presses the send or talk key, and the mobile phone sends a call setup request message to the mobile phone network through the nearest mobile phone based transceiver station. The call setup request message is handled next by the mobile switching center, that is MSC, which checks the subscriber record held in the visitor location register to see if the outgoing call is allowed. If so, the MSC then routes the call in the same way that a telephone exchange does not in a fixed network. If the subscriber is on a prepaid, then an additional check is made to see if the subscriber has enough credit to process. If not, then the call is rejected. If the call is allowed to continue, then it is a continually monitored and the appropriate amount is determined from the subscriber account. When the credit reaches the zero, the call is cut off by the network. The system that monitor and provide the prepaid services are not part of the GSM standard services, but instead an example of intelligent network services that a mobile phone operator may decide to implement in addition to the standard GSM ones. For incoming calls with gateway MSC contact, when someone places a call to a mobile phone, then dial the telephone number also called the particular number associated with the phone user, and the call is routed to the mobile phone operator's gateway mobile switching center. The gateway MSC, as the name suggests, acts as the entrance from exterior portions of the public switch telephone network onto the provider's network. The phone is free to roam anywhere in the operator's network or the networks of roaming partners, including in other countries. So the first job of the MSC is to determine the current location of the mobile phone in order to connect the call. It does this by consulting the home location register HLR, which is described known which visitor locator register VLR the phone is associated with it. So this is about the incoming call